The main grammar point from here are some mixed tenses. We're going to practice some perfect of Deutsch and then a few questions. So, if we want to ask, were you there? Were you there? Bist du da gewesen? Bist du da gewesen? So again, perfect with sign and partizip 2 with G. This is the partizip 2 version of the verb sein. So have you been there or were you there? You could also say warst du da? Warst du da? Which I think sounds more natural. Did you hear correctly? Zum Beispiel, hast du richtig gehört? Hast du richtig gehört? Did you listen correctly? So that's a perfect with haben. Hast du richtig gehört? Hast du richtig gehört? Wer? Wer ist das? Das ist simply who. Wenn hast du gesehen, zum Beispiel, that is taking the form of a direct object. So welche, which ones? Welche, which ones? If I say welches is which neutral word. Or if I say welcher, that would be which but for masculine. For example, which name did you hear? Which name did you hear? That name is a direct object because it receives the action of being heard. So, welchen Namen hast du gehört? Which name did you hear? Welchen? So again, en. Which name is the most beautiful? Which name is the most beautiful? What is the function of which in this case? It's like a subject, right? You're just asking what is what. So, welcher, because we have der Name. Welcher Name ist am schönsten? Am schönsten. So, the most beautiful. Aus welchem Album ist das Lied oder der Song? I prefer der Song, but German word is das Lied. So, aus welchem Album ist das Lied? Das Album. Das Album. So we change the declension to dative. So we're contrasting again nominative for subjects, no? Simply naming things, X is Y. Accusative for objects, who's receiving the direct objects, who's receiving the action. And welchem for prepositions with dative, or in case there's a verb with dative, or any of the dative functions like fixed location in time or space. I mean, you're going to see. But you need to be exposed to as much German as possible. So skim through as many, for example, WikiHow articles that you can infer easily from the pictures, from the context. Find the high-frequency words and find specific patterns, like what is a subject, what is a verb, what are examples of direct objects here. Try to also understand the declensions, like viele verschiedene. They can either be a feminine or a plural, right? So try to adapt to how language looks and how language sounds. You should also, if you're taking German very seriously, you should also listen to native content, preferably people interacting, interviews, talk shows, podcasts where they invite people, where there's an interaction. So you can see how people actually speak to other people. And you'll identify the high frequency words. You're going to write down also words that you're particularly curious about. You're going to emulate the sound modulations. You can also guess, and that's amazing as well, that you can guess a lot from the feelings that are being expressed. And that actual German, how actual German is and sounds, is something that you're not going to find in the graded context, because the graded context is missing a lot. They just present a few scattered language patterns, and even the audio sounds very unnatural, and it's better that you start adapting to what you eventually want to sound like, to stop programming your brain for success. In a sense, fake it till you make it. Like, repeat what you hear. Read out loud what you see, even if you don't understand it yet. Because you're programming yourself in that way, and you have no idea how amazing the brain is putting all pieces together. The pattern finding is going to happen. It's inevitable that it's going to happen. So right now you've been made aware of so many language patterns up to this point. What you need to do right now is find them. Skim through as many texts for children, for example, for German children, like Geolino, zum Beispiel. That's a great website. And identify as many language patterns as you need. And it's also very important that you leave out a lot. Leave out the irrelevant, leave out the complex. Focus on what you can already identify. And you're going to see that you can actually identify a lot.